Call center leadership. What does it take to effectively run a call center or a contact center or whatever you want to call it? That's what this series is going to be about. Today is the first episode, and it's about leadership capital. So here we go. Cue that beautiful bean footage. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Caffeinated CX, where we talk about customer experience and stuff, all in a hyper-caffeinated state. And hyper-caffeinated we are. Because, well, when you get up at 4, you tend to drink a lot of caffeine. Yeah. And there we go. So, are you waking up at 4? Does it matter? I don't know. That's just when I get up, bro. So, we are starting a new series on this podcast called Contact Center Leadership, CCL. And we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of leading a contact center, specifically one in the home services trades, right? Because that's where I am. And that's what I have experience in. And, you know, some other industries. But for the last few years, this one, and I love it. And we should talk about it. So, a lot of this is going to be like, you know, we're going to get into stats and coaching and training and all that stuff. But what does it mean to be a leader is also a topic of discussion. And I don't know how many episodes this is going to be, but it is what it is. And what it is a series. And the first thing that we're going to talk about is leadership capital. All right. So today we're going to talk about something crucial in your journey as a leader. It's about building something intangible yet immensely powerful. Leadership capital. As leaders in a home services call center, each one of you holds the reins to influence and guidance of the team. Leadership capital is the currency that buys trust, respect, and influence within the team. Think of it as psychic income, as Thomas Laird of Advice from a Call Center Geek calls it. The emotional reward we earn through our actions, decisions, and overall contact. To build the currency, we must ingrain fairness into our daily operations. Fairness isn't just about playing by the rules, it's about creating an environment where everyone feels valued and heard. When we're fair, we earn trust, and that's priceless in leadership. Let's take a closer look at gaining this currency. Leadership capital isn't handed out. It's earned through consistent actions and behaviors. It's nurtured through fairness, empathy, and genuine care. When we make decisions that prioritize our team's well-being, listen and act upon their feedback, and lead by example with integrity, we're depositing into our leadership capital account. Now, let's talk about the minor stuff. We all know tiny little hiccups can happen. A missed call, a small error in documentation is essential to keep these in perspective. Rather than coming down hard on every single minor issue, let's adopt a compassionate approach. Yes, address the problems, but let's do it with understanding and guidance rather than harsh reprimands. If someone misspells something on CRM, you don't need to write them up for it. If they constantly make mistakes or don't notate and it becomes habitual, then yes, maybe you do after some coaching, right? After you explain to them why it's so important. But how do we spend this valuable currency, right? Imagine it as an investment. We spend it on important issues that require strong leadership, moments where tough decisions are necessary. Whether it's standing up for what's right, navigating challenging situations, or making bold yet calculated moves, that's where we use our capital. However, just as easily as it's earned, leadership capital can be squandered. Being too harsh or critical, constantly on edge, or even appearing overly relaxed, or let's face it, goofy, when the situation demands seriousness, can deplete the capital swiftly. And worst of all, letting our emotions take control, resulting in snapping or lashing out, that's a surefire way to drain our account to zero and even into the negatives. You're going to get overdraft fees. Now, building this currency isn't a one-time transaction. It's earned through consistent, deliberate actions. So, a couple stories. Picture this. Sarah, one of your supervisors, demonstrated exemplary fairness when handling a disagreement between team members. She actively listened to both sides, acknowledged their perspectives, and found a fair resolution. Her approach not only resolved the issue, but also earned her team's trust. Conversely, there was a situation where Tom, in a moment of frustration, snapped at a team member over a minor mistake. That single outburst drained the leadership capital he had built over months of hard work. It created an atmosphere of unease and eroded trust among the team. Leadership capital also involves investing in critical moments. John, another supervisor, faced a challenging situation when a customer complaint arose due to a service delay. Instead of shifting blame, he took responsibility, communicated transparently with the customer, and ensured the issue was resolved promptly. This action reinforced the team's trust in his leadership. On the flip side, there was an instance with Rebecca, under pressure, became overly uptight about the team's performance, constantly criticizing every small error. This behavior led to team members feeling undervalued, draining the capital she had accumulated. Remember, leadership capital isn't just about being fair or serious, it's about cultivating an environment where everyone feels respected and heard. Jason, another supervisor, effectively balanced seriousness with levity. During team meetings, while discussing serious matters like customer satisfaction, he managed to inject a bit of humor, lightening the mood without compromising the importance of the discussion. His approach reinforced team morale without compromising professionalism. So, every action, every decision, and every interaction either builds or depletes our leadership capital. So prioritize fairness, empathy, and integrity in your daily operations. By consistently demonstrating these qualities, we'll accumulate valuable leadership capital, allowing you to guide your team to success. And always remember, leadership capital is fragile. It's built over time but can vanish in an instant with a single wrong move. So focus on consistently demonstrating integrity, accountability, and genuine care for your team. So, to wrap it up here, every interaction, decision, and behavior either adds to or subtracts from your leadership capital. It's our responsibility to protect and preserve it by being composed, fair, and balanced in our approach. So let's strive to build a giant, fat bank account of leadership capital by being the kind of leaders our team deserves: fair, empathetic, composed, and focused on shared success. Let's build this capital and empower our team to reach new heights. If you got anything out of this episode, then please like, subscribe, share the show so we can make the show grow, and I'll see you on the next episode of Caffeinated CX. Where's that outro music? Today, shit. Today we begin a new thing. God damn it.